Cambridge International School, Dasua, a Vassal education school. Dear friends, I am Radha, working as PGT Business Studies at Cambridge International School, Dasua. So, friends, in our previous lesson, we have studied about the limitations of planning. Planning is the process to think in advance what to do, how to do, where to do, and by whom to do. We will recap the points of limitations of planning. Planning leads to rigidity. Planning may not work in dynamic environment. Planning reduces creativity. Planning involves huge costs. Planning is a time consuming process. Planning doesn't guarantee success. Planning leads to rigidity. It means whatever plans a manager has developed earlier, it will be very difficult to change them. If they want to change according to the change in the business environment, it may prove costly and difficult. Our business environment keeps on changing, and because of changing conditions, situations, maybe whatever plans we have made, that will not work, or in a same manner it will not work. We need to make some changes in that. When plans are designed by top level people and other levels, middle level and lower level, they have to just follow it blindly, then it reduces their creativity and innovation. By spending time in gathering information, collecting data, analyzing data and facts, figures, and we need to spend money on boardroom meetings, we need to call professionals to prepare a best plan. So it includes huge cost. Planning is a time consuming process as many steps are involved in it. We need to choose the best course of action among all alternative course of action, and it takes time to analyze the facts, then choose the best one. Planning does not guarantee success. Whatever plans we make, we need to implement in a same manner at a right time. Then only it gives guarantee to success. Otherwise, maybe you will not be able to get favorable results. After discussion of limitations of planning, students, today in this video we are going to discuss about the process of planning. This is the most important topic of this chapter. And our learning objective, students will understand the process of planning in detail. Friends, as you know, planning is the process to think in advance about what to do, how to do, where to do, and who will do what, etc. It is always for future. It is a thinking process where we need to choose the best solution among all choices for our problem. It is a process of decision making. We need to make a decision. Planning is an activity where some steps are involved in it. Every manager has to follow these steps in order to achieve some desired goals. Now, today we will study about the steps involved in the process of planning. Now, first step is setting the objective, then developing planning premises, then identifying alternatives, after this evaluating alternatives, selecting the best alternative, implementation of plans, and then follow up. So friends, let us start with the steps involved in the process of planning. Now, our first step is setting the objectives. Students, this is the first step where business sets its objectives or goals, targets according to the nature of business. Every business must have some goals to achieve. Objectives may be set for the whole organization or for a particular department. Some goals will be for purchase department, production department, finance department, sales department. So the business has to set objective for whole business as well as for each department. And these goals, or we can say targets, objectives, these are the end results. For example, increase in sales by 20% can be the goal for whole organization. Means the business wants to achieve a goal of increasing its sales by 20%. Then we need to set objective for each department. Then each department will set departmental goals. Like production department will set the goal to manufacture these many goods to reach to extra 20% sales in future. Then purchase department, they have to set their goals that they have to buy extra raw material, other things, so that they can go for increase 20% sales. So whatever objectives organization set, they need to inform to all the employees clearly. That means whatever objectives we are going to set, that must be informed to all the employees, to all the departments. And by knowing this only, that people, all the employees, they will be able to work better. And these goals will provide them the right direction how to reach to that goal. So objectives provides direction to all the departments so that they can focus on the objective what they have to contribute towards achieving that objective. Students, you can see in this image the 20% increase of sales order. This can be the aim of an organization. Objectives or goals specify what the organization want to achieve. When objectives are set for whole organization, then it is the duty of top level people to convey it to all the departments, to all the employees at middle level and lower level, so that employees can understand what they have to do to achieve their objective and how they can contribute to their actions. By setting objectives, further steps can be taken to prepare action plan to achieve it. If the end results or goals are clear, that means whatever goal the business organization is going to set, if these all are clear to every employee, then it becomes easy to understand, to work towards the goal. And students, one line is given in your NCERT book that objectives have to percolate down to each unit and employees at all level. It means goals must be stated clearly or must pass down to each department and employees so that they will be able to understand what organization wants to achieve, and then they will be able to give their maximum contribution towards it. So setting objectives, this is the first and foremost step in the process of planning. Objectives are the end results which managers wish to achieve. They must be specific and clear. Every organization must have certain objectives, and objectives may be set for the entire organization and for each department or unit within the organization. These objectives give direction to all the departments what they have to do. If the end result is clear, that means objectives are clear, it becomes easier to work towards the goal. And students, so it is compulsory to set clear and smart objectives. Smart objective, yes, smart objective. As for specific, that means your aim should be specific what you want to do actually, and it should be measurable, it should be achievable and realistic and timely also. You need to achieve a particular objective in a given period of time. So your objective can be increase sales by 20%. Now after setting objectives for the business, we need to go for second step, that is develop planning premises. Students, one more thing I would like to share with you, that whatever steps we are going to study in this planning today we are studying, that will be in order. You need to study these steps in order only. So first we have studied that business has to set an objective. After this we need to develop planning premises. Now what is this? Now we will discuss about it. Planning is always for future and future is uncertain. आपको कुछ नहीं पता कि अगले पल में क्या होने वाला है. So managers have to make certain assumptions. मतलब मैनेजर को कुछ ना कुछ मान के चलना पड़ेगा. मैनेजर्स हैव टू मेक सर्टेन assumptions कह लो या कंजेक्चर कह लो. about the future. They have to make certain assumptions or conjecture about the future. Conjecture means to guess or predict about something. मतलब future के बारे में predict करना, forecast करना, guess करना है कि what will be our future या what we have to do in our future, that what objective we need to achieve. So ये guess करने को ही हम planning premises कहेंगे. These are the assumptions. जो एजम्पशन हम तैयार कर रहे हैं, जो हम एज्यूम कर रहे हैं, जो हम मान के चल रहे हैं, दैट आर कोल्ड ओनली प्लानिंग प्रेमिसेस. सो इट मीन्स टू एज्यूम समथिंग अबाउट फ्यूचर. वाई डू वी मेक सर्टेन एजम्पशंस? वाई डू वी गेस फॉर फ्यूचर? बिकॉज नो वन नोज what will happen in the future. So we need to make some guess or some assumptions we need to prepare so that we can handle uncertain events प्रोएक्टिवली. मतलब हमें कुछ ना कुछ मान के चलना है. देखो, आपको नहीं मालूम कि कल को आपके बिजनेस में आपके प्रोडक्ट की क्या डिमांड होगी, लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप हाथ पे हाथ धर के बैठे रहो. आपको गेस करना है बेस्ड ऑन पास्ट रिकॉर्ड्स, पास्ट सेल्स, कि क्या हमारा कल को हमारे प्रोडक्ट की डिमांड होगी. दैट आर कॉल्ड प्लानिंग प्रेमिसेस. मीन्स जो आप मान के चल रहे हो, एज्यूम करके चल रहे हो, जो आप गेस कर रहे हो, दैट आर कॉल्ड प्लानिंग प्रेमिसेस. Planning premises are the assumptions. It means what we are going to predict or we are going to assume for the future. So these are the assumptions about the likely shape of events in the future, which serve as the basis of planning. Assumptions of future can be demand, preferences, tastes of customers, and competition in the market, etc. Students, by thinking in advance, we can plan how to handle coming challenges, threats, opportunities effectively. Assumptions can be made in the form of forecast or we can say predictions. Whatever forecast or assumptions a manager makes, it must be conveyed to all the employees in a same manner, so it will be easy to work under same direction. Forecast can be made about the demand for a particular product, change in credit policy, change in interest rate, tax rates, price of capital goods, intensity of competition, change in technology, etc. So that means we can forecast about these all the things which will happen in the future, which may happen in the future. And you know that accurate forecast is based on past sales records, facts, and accurate forecast lead to success and it is essential for successful plan. मतलब आपको जो भी फोरकास्ट करना है अपनी मर्जी से नहीं करना, आपको प्रिडिक्ट करना है बेस्ड ऑन योर पास्ट रिकॉर्ड, पास्ट सेल्स. देन you will make some assumption कि yes, what will be our future or what we have to do in future. So premises refer to making assumptions regarding future. Premises are the base on which plans are made. Forecast is the technique of gathering information. Common forecasts are made to find out the demand for a product, change in government policy, tax rate, competition, etc. Assumptions about the future environment of a business are known as planning premises. Example, forecasts are made to find out demand for a product, change in government policy, etc. Means what next? So students, here you need to keep remember, future is uncertain. हमको नहीं पता कि क्या होगा, इसलिए हम कुछ मान कर चलते हैं कि यस, कल को कितनी सेल हो सकती है, लेकिन ये सब एजम्पशन, गैस, प्रिडिक्शन या फोरकास्ट हमें दिल से नहीं करनी, बेस्ड ऑन पास्ट रिकॉर्ड्स, एक्सपीरियंस से होगी. नाउ दिस इज़ द थर्ड स्टेप in the process of planning, that is identifying alternative course of action. Students, in simple words, alternative course of action हम कह रहे हैं जो आपके पास options हैं, जो आपके पास ways हैं, जो तरीके हैं, जो जिससे आप अपना objective achieve करोगे, उनको हम कह रहे हैं alternative course of action. So after selecting objectives and developing premises, now manager has to think which objective they have set earlier, how to achieve it. What are the options, ways available to achieve it? Manager has to make a list of alternative course of actions, or we can say he has to make a list of different ways to be used to achieve our objective. For example, if the objective is to expand the business, now students keep remember this example we will use for whole process, that if objective is to expand the business, then it can be done in many ways, like we can expand our business by increasing the existing capacity, by taking over the other business, that this is the second option, by manufacturing new product, this is the third option, then fourth one by entering into a new market, means start exporting goods. Next one, with the help of joint venture, you can join hand with other competitor or other business firm. So in this step, we need to make a list of different ways, or we can say alternative course of action, so that we can achieve our objective. If we want to achieve our objectives, we need to make a list and we need to make a good plan. Once objectives are set and assumptions are made, then the next step is to identify all possible alternative courses of action to achieve the objectives. Student, first I have given you the example. If you want to expand your business, then what will be the alternative courses of action? Now in this image you can see the another example. In order to achieve the organizational objective, like we want to increase our profits, then alternative ways may be increase selling price. By doing this you can increase your profits. Purchasing new technology machines so that you can produce better quality products and you can increase your profits. Increase the efficiency of workers by giving proper training. So according to your objective, you need to make a list of alternative courses of action, and then we will move ahead. And students, if we want to prepare an innovative or best course of action, we should try to involve more people and share their ideas. If more choices will be there, best course of action can be formed. Now, after identifying alternatives, all possible alternative courses of action, now we need to evaluate each and every alternative, which list we have prepared. Now we need to compare all ways with each other to know which is the best and profitable way to achieve our goals. For example, in third point, we made a list of different ways to expand the business. And now we need to compare each way which will be the best for us. We should go for takeover, or we should manufacture new product, or we should start exporting the goods. Now we need to evaluate each alternative. In this stage, management will evaluate the merits and demerits of various alternatives which we have decided under the third step of process of planning. And we need to evaluate merits and demerits of various alternatives in the light of various objectives of the business and planning premises. Students, to evaluate each way or alternative, we need to go for detailed calculations of earning, earning per share, taxes, dividend, etc. We need to check feasibility of each alternative and its consequences. हमको हर अल्टरनेटिव और वे का कंपैरिजन करना है, इसका पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव इफ़ेक्ट देखना है, और फिर चूज़ करना है कि हमारे लिए कौन सा बेस्ट अल्टरनेटिव रहेगा. एंड स्टूडेंट्स, वन टर्म इज़ देयर, रिस्क रिटर्न और ट्रेड ऑफ. इफ़ यू आर रेडी टू टेक हाई रिस्क, you can expect higher return or profits. That means sometimes some people, they are ready to take high risk in the expectation of earning higher profits. So in this step we need to compare the pros and cons of each alternative, कि जो जो हमने तरीके, जो जो वेज़ की हमने लिस्ट बनाई है, हर एक तरीके का क्या पॉजिटिव एस्पेक्ट है, क्या नेगेटिव है, वो हमने चेक करना है, इवेल्युएट करना है. डिटेल्ड कैलकुलेशन ऑफ अर्निंग पर शेयर, इंटरेस्ट, टैक्सेस, डिविडेंड एट्सेट्रा आर मेड, एंड Then we will choose which is the best feasible, profitable alternative for the organization. After evaluating all the alternatives, means by checking their merits and demerits, now next step is to select the best alternative. Student, selecting an alternative. Now the time is to take the right decision. After comparing all options, all alternatives or alternative course of action, we need to choose the best one which will be good to achieve our objective. To make a good plan or to choose the best plan, many things we need to keep in our mind, like matter, its subjectivity, experience, judgment, intuition. And sometimes manager has to go for choosing more option than one to achieve their organizational goal. Suppose that we are using example of expansion of business. अब हमें expand करना है अपना business. So different ways we have decided, एंड अमंग दैट वी नीड टू चूज़ द बेस्ट वन. लेकिन ये कंपलसरी नहीं है कि आप एक ही ऑप्शन को चूज़ करो. हो सकता है कि आप अपना वैरायटी ऑफ प्रोडक्ट मैन्युफैक्चर करने के साथ साथ आप ये भी डिसीजन लो कि नाउ वी विल स्टार्ट एक्सपोर्टिंग द प्रोडक्ट. सो दैट मीन्स बाय कंबाइनिंग 2 or 3 options also you can choose the best course of action. By combining 2 or 3 options, we have to choose or select the best course of action. In third point, we made a list of ways to expand business. In fourth point, we compared all the options. Now we need to select the best option. So it can be the start manufacturing new product or go for joint venture, or they can go for exporting goods. So any one option can be selected, or by combining 2, it is the pure choice of manager what he does. He go for a single option, or he is going to combine to achieve organizational goal. So after analyzing the merits and demerits, the most appropriate alternative is selected. This is the real point of decision making. The best plan is to be adopted and implemented. In this image, you can see the objective we have decided to increase the profit. So for this purpose, we can select purchasing new technology machine as the best solution for increasing profits. Or we can say, if we want to expand the business, I think we should start manufacturing new product. We should add new product with existing products. So we need to choose the best one. So this is the step where we need to select the best one, which would be most feasible, profitable and with least negatives. Means जो आप बेस्ट कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन डिसाइड करने जा रहे हो, चूज़ करने जा रहे हो, वो बाकी सब ऑप्शन से ज़्यादा प्रॉफिटेबल है, फीजिबल है और उसके नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट्स भी सबसे कम हैं, वही हम चूज़ करेंगे एंड विच विल बी बेस्ट फॉर आवर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन टू अचीव दैट पर्टिकुलर ऑब्जेक्टिव. Now next step in the process of planning is implementation of plans. Students, after selecting the best course of action in previous step, now we need to implement the plan. Do what is required. In previous step, we have studied that if we want to expand the business, we can do it by manufacturing, by adding new product with existing products, or if we want to increase our profits, we can use new technology in our business. So that now in this step we need to go for implementation. That means we need to start working on the objectives. In the light of objective, we need to start work. We need to allocate, organize all the resources whichever we need to implement that plan. We need more labor, more raw material, new machinery, more money, so that we can start production. Or if we are planning to purchase new machinery, then we need money so that we can purchase a new machinery, and then we need to hire specialists who will operate that particular machine. According to that machinery, we need a new type of raw material. That means we need to start working on it. Implementing the plan means putting the plan into action, means which objective we have set, and according to that, which alternative course of action or suitable course of action we have decided. Now we need to start work on it. So as to achieve the objectives of the business, doing what is required. For example, if there is a plan to increase production, then more labor, more machinery will be required. This step would also involve organizing for labor and purchase of machinery. That means now you will start working towards your objective. You need to implement the plan, the action plan which you have decided in the previous step. Now we need to actually start working on it. So this is the time to put the plan into action. We need to organize, we need to arrange, we need to allocate all the factors of production like men, material, machine, money, etc. so that we can work towards achieving the organizational goal. Now, this is the last step in the process of planning, that is follow up. This step is related to monitor the activities. Actually, we need to monitor now. It is the most important step in the process of planning, where we need to ensure all activities are going on as per the plan, schedule, and we are able to achieve our objectives. Students, planning is a continuous process, so manager's job does not get over simply putting the plan into action. To see whether plans are being implemented and activities are performed according to schedule is also part of the planning process. That means we need to see whatever course of action we have decided, that is going to be implemented in a same manner or not. Activities are going on as per the plans and schedule or not. And during follow up, many adjustments are made in the plan. Monitoring the plan is equally important to ensure that objectives are achieved. मॉनिटर करना मीन्स कि क्या एक्टिविटीज़ हमारे प्लान के, हमारे टारगेट्स के, हमारे स्केड्यूल के हिसाब से चल रही हैं कि नहीं चल रही हैं, ये बहुत ज़रूरी है. तभी आपको पता लगेगा कि आप अपना ऑब्जेक्टिव अचीव कर पा रहे हो या नहीं कर पा रहे. सो दिस इज़ द स्टेप वेयर वी नीड टू मॉनिटर आवर एक्टिविटीज़ और प्लान्स to ensure that objectives are achieved. Plans must be reviewed periodically or time to time to ensure their relevance and effectiveness. Students, sometimes what happened? We need to change plans as per the changing situations or changing business environment. Means we need to check the effectiveness of plan time to time so that if required we can modify our plans according to changing situation. If situations are same, then we can use the same plan, but sometimes due to changes in the business environment, due to change in policy, government policy, or change in taste and preferences of customers, we need to bring changes in our plans. So by doing this activity, by doing this step, by monitoring, we can come to know the effectiveness of our plan. We can come to know that relevance and effectiveness of our plan, and time to time we need to review our plans so that we can see its effectiveness. So students, we are studying the steps in the process of planning. First, we need to set the objective. Objectives provide the direction to all the departments, to all the employees, and when objectives are clear to everyone, all will be able to give their best. And then, because future is uncertain, we need to go for making certain assumptions. We need to go for prediction, forecasting. That is called planning premises. कि क्या हमारे बिजनेस में हमारे प्रोडक्ट की डिमांड होगी, तो हमें ये तय करके चलना है. देन वी नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई ऑल्टरनेटिव कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन, कि जो हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव है उसको अचीव करने के क्या क्या तरीके हैं. वी नीड टू मेक ऑल द पॉसिबल ऑल्टरनेटिव कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन. अब लिस्ट बना लिया, देन वी नीड टू इवेल्युएट ऑल द ऑल्टरनेटिव्स. हर एक तरीके को हमने इवेल्युएट करना है, कंपेयर करना है एक दूसरे के साथ. हमें उसका मेरिट, डीमेरिट, उसका नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव एस्पेक्ट देखना है. एंड बिकॉज वी नीड टू चूज़ द बेस्ट वन, एंड हमें वो सिलेक्ट करना है बेस्ट ऑल्टरनेटिव विच इज़ मोस्ट प्रॉफिटेबल एंड विद द लीस्ट नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट. और अब सिलेक्शन तो कर ली, यहीं पे बात ख़त्म नहीं होती. वी नीड टू इम्प्लीमेंट ऑफ दैट प्लान into a same manner at a right time. इम्प्लीमेंटेशन उतना ही ज़रूरी है जितना कि एक अच्छे प्लान को सिलेक्ट करना। तो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन सही तरीके से करेंगे देन ओनली वी आर एबल टू अचीव आवर ऑब्जेक्टिव। अब इम्प्लीमेंटेशन कर लिया, अब लेकिन हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव अचीव हुआ कि नहीं हुआ, वेदर वी हैव अचीव्ड आवर टारगेट और नॉट, we need to go for next step, that is follow up. This is the step where we need to monitor the activities, whether all the activities are going on as per the decided course of action or not, according to the given plan or not. So these are the steps involved in the process of planning. Now the time is to ask the type of questions comes from this topic. Students, this is the most important topic in this chapter, process of planning. Some steps are involved and this is the base for planning. That means we need to follow these steps if we want to make a good plan. And they can ask you simply explain the process of planning, and specifically they can ask you explain follow up action, or with the help of case study they can ask you in coming our Saturday worksheet. I will give you the enough practice of case study based question from this topic. So we conclude our topic here. Now today we have discussed about the process of planning where some steps are involved. We have discussed in detail. Now the time is for home assignment. You need to write answers of given questions in fair notebook, and in case of any doubt you can ask me. So stay home, stay safe and keep studying. Thank you.